Have you ever wanted to be part of something that not only transforms your fitness, but also brings you together in a community of like-minded people who are all working hard together in order to move forward? That's exactly what I wanted to create when I created All In Run Club here in Dubai. We have a simple interval session on a Wednesday night, and on a Sunday morning, there's 5K timed run. Now, there's no denying at all that both of those runs are carbon copies of what goes on back home in the UK. The Sunday timed run is based on the Parkrun model, which I think is the best sporting initiative of all time. Of all time anywhere in the world. I think it's in more than 2,000 parks in the world. So in terms of getting people into sport, keeping people in sport, it's absolutely brilliant. And the stats are there to show that for every dollar we invest in exercise, sport, fitness, we get $6 on the back end in terms of end of life health and care, etc. So it's undeniable that it is money well spent. That Wednesday interval session is exactly what I did as a kid when I was at East Cheshire Harriers Tuesday night, Thursday night, doing interval sessions either on the track or on the grass or on the road. We do exactly that. So last night was 12 times 2 minutes, 24 minutes of volume, and you get all sorts of people there, which is absolutely brilliant. There's over 200 nationalities represented in Dubai. So at a typical interval session, we have people from the Middle East, we have people from Europe, America, Canada, Australia, all over the world. And it's absolutely amazing that running brings those people together. So why did I start the All In Run Club? For me, growing up as a kid, those were just options to go to your local running club and run cross country and track and field. So from where I lived, there was the option of 10 different running clubs. I chose East Cheshire Harriers, but it could have quite easily been Sale or Salford or Stockport Harriers. There were many clubs which made the standard high and also many people get involved. And growing up in the UK, and especially in an area like that around Manchester, you take that for granted and you just think that every kid around the world has access to the same thing. And it was exactly the same point with cricket and with football. 20 football clubs where I was from in my small town, 3 different cricket clubs. And your school is all about sport, both my primary school and my secondary school. I've met people here from the Middle East that are doing sport for the first time, aged 42 years old, which it's absolutely mind-blowing for me. So wherever I've been in the world, and mainly in the last 10 years, that's been Granada in the south of Spain, I've tried to set things up. In Granada, and this is true for the whole of Spain, incredibly bureaucratic, and so very difficult to get something off the ground, whether it's a free park run or whether it was a marathon or a different type of race. Really, really difficult. And so when I came here, Dubai is much more progressive. And it's like, if this is good for our people and the people that live here, do it, no problem at all. Nobody will ask any questions. So we started it. So what is the Run Club all about? The Wednesday interval session, like 12 times 2 minutes last night, it's accessible for everybody. It doesn't matter if you cannot run 5 minutes without stopping. You can do 12 times 2 minutes with a minute rest in between. You just need to go slow enough. So if that's you going as slow as you possibly can, smooth, light, fast, eventually you'll get there where it feels a little bit easier. So the entry point is very, very low and it makes it accessible for everybody. At the same point, because it's running and because people get competitive with themselves and others, and especially because it's Dubai, you've then got people that are getting fast, and there's people running 3 minutes, 3 minutes 15, 3 minutes 30 per kilometer last night. And so they're now entering races and they're doing 10Ks and half marathons and marathons. So that feeds the rest of the ecosystem, not just in the region, but these people will travel internationally to different races. And then the Sunday timed 5K is all about those people seeing how far they've come. And I don't care whether people are walking it in 55 minutes or they're running it in 15, 16 minutes. I don't care. What is important is that people and as a community are moving forward with their running and they're starting to enjoy exercise for the first time, a lot of them. So who can join? Anybody can join. And again, that's the magic thing. So families come along. Last night there was a 4-year-old there and there was a 70-year-old there. and everybody in between as well. And because, as I said, it's an interval session, you can push yourself as hard or as easy as you want to. The results we've seen are incredible, and Sunday is the perfect example. On Sunday we had 11 PBs, and 5 of those people went under 20 minutes for 5K for the first time ever. And that's brilliant, not because they're fast, but because of where they started. A lot of them started at between 25 and 30 minutes of those people. Then we had some people under 22 minutes 30 for the first time, some people under 25 minutes for the first time. But my favorite on Sunday was, I hope I don't get choked up about this, but there's a guy called Ma, and this is the great thing about Parkrun or any initiative like this. A lot of people, running doesn't come natural to them, and he's really good in the gym, he's really good at lifting weights, strong. And he started at nearly 40 minutes. I want to say 38 or 39 minutes. It might have even been more than that. But his target for the last 4 months has been he wants to get under 30 minutes. And it's 29 minutes exactly. And I want to say that he was like 250, 300 meters away. And there's a big group of us, including me timing, encouraging him, shouting him on, because we know his target. We all know his target. We're all invested in that target. And he came in, it was really close, but he came in at 29.59. He got 1 second under, and the whole group was celebrating. And it's just magic to be part of that, because for some of them, running comes more naturally than others, but running brings us together. And that's the great thing about the group and about Parkrun and about anything like this. If you've done a 5K, or if you've done an interval session, or if you run a marathon, you've gone through the same journey as the person who finished first, as the person who finished last. And you are somewhere in that, but you've had an experience that you have that commonality. And that's what brings these people together. And it's even more special because of the eclectic mix, because of the different races, the different religions, the different cultures people are from. As I say, you know, you've got some Brits there, you've got some Americans, you've got some Australians, Canadians, that it comes completely natural to be competing with yourself and other people. And then you've got people from the Middle East who are doing sport for the very first time in their life. It's magic. So why does this matter? Of course, the community matters, and people have a sense of belonging here, which is really powerful. And people have met through this group that wouldn't have met otherwise. And it's a very kind of small community here. It's 15,000 people who live around this community, but maybe they felt a bit lonely and a bit detached from the rest of Dubai. There's also, you're seeing physical changes in people. Last night was a perfect example, but I've been seeing this for the last couple of months. You're literally looking at a completely different body, completely different athlete, a completely different runner running towards you. And you don't know who it is at first because it's dark at night. And then all of a sudden you see it and you're like, wow, you've improved massively. And then on top of that, there's the physiological, there's the heart and lungs improvement, which is obviously great for longevity and great for the rest of your life as well. More energy, more productivity, more creativity, and all the mental benefits. It's absolutely brilliant. So what's next for the All In Run Club? Wherever I am in the world and whatever I'm doing with my life, and you can take this as well and set something up. I want to create a space where people have that for free. They can come along, they can train, they can come along, they can test themselves, but it's completely free. And that's the great thing about Parkrun. And if it's with Parkrun, brilliant. They've already got like this big name and everybody knows it and the data, etc. But you can track that progress whilst creating all those good things. And if that happens to be more parks here or more communities here in Dubai, absolutely brilliant. And if somebody wants to steal that idea, it wasn't mine to begin with. It was already Parkrun's. That's the genius of it. And exactly the same with the interval session. If somebody wants to create that, go and do it. If it means more people running, absolutely brilliant. And that's exactly, as I said, it's exactly what I got as a kid. On Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays and Sundays when we were racing, my coach, John Davis, was there absolutely without fail, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays and Sundays. He was always there. And that had a massive influence on my life and me getting back into running, but also the way I approached everything that I do in life. And if I'm at this point where I can give back, and that's something similar to what I received, again, fantastic. So if you're in Dubai and you want to come and join us, Wednesday nights, 8 p.m, Sundays, 7 a.m. in the morning, you're more than welcome. It's completely free and it might just change your life.